and today we're going to be doing an outdoor unboxing of Shagya by Parfums de Marly. So it's been a while since I've done an outdoor unboxing, opening, and today we're going to be opening Shagya by Parfums de Marly. It's a blind buy, I'm just going to get straight into it. It's not going to be a ceremonious unboxing. So far on the blind buys, we are 4-3. I was close to never blind buying again until Gucci Guilty popped into my life. That's what we are, Shagya, Parfums de Marly. I blind bought this. I mean, I've said this before on previous videos. It's, around blind buying, and particularly if they're expensive fragrances. I blind bought a few Parfums de Marlys and not been let down. I don't think I would be let down by any of them in one fashion or the other. And yeah, this was a very, very good offer. It usually retails between $160 and a couple of £100. You know, some premium sites that still hold the recommended retail, probably $220 maybe English pounds. And I ended up getting this. I forgot. Sorry for whoever I bought it off though. It was 122 pounds, 125 English pounds plus 15% off or something, and it worked out about 102 pounds. So I thought, you know what, it's probably, even if it's not great, which I can't see it being not great, to be honest, it might not be adequate for certain situations, but well, yeah, that's my reasoning behind it. And yeah, there's the usual booklet. It's too bright to read and too tiny lettering. Let's have a little look, let's get into it. So that's the essence. Usual, very well crafted PDM bottle. I've never actually seen inside these bottles. I've never owned any clear fluids from Parfums, so that's a first. 125 millilitres. Looks golden. It looks like, and I dare say it, like bottled urine. I'm hoping it isn't. Got the standard gold, well, not gold, but painted PDM top. Very heavy. We all know about that. I don't need to comment on that, other than it's very similar to Godolphin bottle top. Yeah, so, and as usual, very tight to get in. You know, older people might need some help to get into their PDM fragrances, but I like that. It's a sense of security and quality, a tight fit. So this is it. Know nothing about it. I'm outdoors, so I've got no note breakdown or anything. It's just a lovely sunny day. I thought I'd come out and do a vid, and I was just doing a promo vid actually for this, and you know, it's such a lovely day. I thought, you know, let's do an outdoor first ever spray test. It's a bit difficult to smell in the wind, but yeah, okay. So So I'm immediately not offended, which is always a positive. Oh yeah, I like this, mate. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I can absolutely wear this. 100%. Wow. Wow. Do you know, I've been looking for a freshie. I don't really wear freshies. Well, I do. But I find them boring. Most freshies are boring and don't have character. This, I'd be confident wearing on a sunny day like this. Absolutely works. Wow, what is that? I don't want to butcher this because in what no, I could be totally wrong with. Is it lime? There's citrus in this, but there's citrus in there's a heavy undernote, and I can't. It's almost like there's a leather in this, though. I'm probably completely incorrect, but it almost smells of lime. I can hint lime. Oh, this is beautiful. Wow, the opening is beautiful for me. I'm smelling it in the lid because I'm in the wind, so the wind I can't get a full appreciation being in the wind. I'm downwind, so it's sort of blowing that way. probably have done well thinking about that. So yeah, as this looks sunshiny, it's a sunshiny day. It's a really clear, like yellowy, sunshiny fluid bottle with a lid, and for me, this is just evoked a really pleasant memory. And such a sunny day in a beautiful part of the country by the coast. I'm gonna go for a swim in the ocean, and I guess this would be a test. That's lovely, that is. Yeah, I'll put that lid back on. I think I've had enough to know to make my mind up that this is stunning, and for me. Again, I wouldn't recommend blind buying, but at that price, it was a no-brainer for me. As you probably all know by now, I'm a big fan of PDM, and yes, I'm just so happy to have this one now in the collection as well for such a great price. And yeah, I can picture me wearing this on many occasions. Yeah. So, back to the test. Some of the premium ones have been outdoors. Sorry, I'm just going to pause this. Apologies there, just had to pause it. I'm on a public footpath, National Trust, and yeah, some stranger going by. I didn't want to put him in the video in case he didn't want to be in the video. So, yeah, I was just talking about the test. Like, I've tested some of the stronger, like cold weather PDMs in like saunas and swimming pools and jacuzzis, and I think a true test of time or testament to the performance is if it can survive that. It's not scientific, so yeah, don't hold me to account or look for any stats or anything like that. I don't think anyone in the world's ever tested any perfume scientifically in that way, so there's probably no papers out there you can refer to, reference. It's just my own personal method of testing. So this one's going to get tested in the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, in the southwest part of England. If it's still on after a little swim, then yeah, we know we're in good hands with performance. Alright, cheers guys, bye. Hello, today it's an extension from yesterday's outdoor unboxing of Shagya by Parfums de Marly. I'm indoors now, so I'll get better understanding of the opening. However, I got a very good understanding of the dry down and longevity of this yesterday, having worn it. I put about 8 sprays on. Probably because I was outdoors, didn't think it smelled very strong initially, so I added some more, and what a pleasure, I must say. What a real pleasure it is to wear this. The opening notes aren't what it ends up to be, which is I find common with several of the Parfums de Marlys. I've had a chance to look at the notes as well. I'm going to have a little spray now, so I'm all fresh today, there's nothing on, and so that's 5 sprays, 4.5 because I missed a little bit. The thing that I noticed the most with this is the lime. I picked it up yesterday, but indoors now I can really appreciate that much more. Different, not for me anyway. A lot of the citruses are oranges, grapefruit, bergamots. I believe this has got bergamot. Let's have a look actually. The perfumer is, and I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher your name, Sidonie Lancesseur. I'm hoping that's right. Please accept my apologies if it's not. Okay, yeah, so the top notes are lime, bergamot, pink pepper. It just hits me with the lime. And I love lime, I love it, so, spray me with lime. Middle notes, Agarwood, Virginia Cedar, Geranium, and then the base notes, Vetiver, Guaiac, Papyrus, and Musk. And one of the things I noticed once the opening had gone, but the opening in the mid-note, well, the opening lasted quite a bit. I could constantly get the smells of lime. I don't know, it's not ordinary. My experience with citruses, they usually dissipate quite quick, but throughout my experience of wearing it, I kept checking in with it. I could get the hint of lime, so yeah, maybe there's something holding that close to the skin. What I did notice after a while, and this is what I really loved about this, and let alone the opening, and I love cedar as well. The oud was just there, and it was a constant. At first I didn't think this was a very good performer. I thought, alright, it's settled. Though the oud just stayed there. It's very oily, this initially. It's very oily. Though after a few hours of wearing it, the oils sort of dispersed and the oud became powdery. And that was what made it a real pleasant affair. It was that constant oud. I imagine it was pretty good quality. Agarwood oud. Yeah, it just felt really good quality. Now, I may be incorrect. I don't know where they sourced the ingredients. They might be cheap, but it just had that feel to it. And yeah, longevity for me was classic Parfums de Marly. Just long lasting with that oud, and that, to me, that's like beautiful. I'm baffled by this actually, in the sense that it doesn't look, from what I've seen, to be that popular. I think people generally, I know I could be, again, I'm generalising, I'll put that caveat before, that when it comes to Parfums de Marly, that they'll have the usual suspects that they'll go for, that are rated on social media and Instagrams and influencer sites or other. They pick out the usual candidates: Leighton, Percival for the summer, Carlisle for the more gentlemanly, mature approach. To me, this is just so wise, exceptional perfumery. Perhaps it's disappointing them in comparison to other PDMs. To me, I take each one on its merit, and the initial test for me is, do I like it? This passion is probably an obsession in that it's more about pursuit, having a hobby, something I'm interested in, to appreciate. Like if somebody has a nice fine work of art on their wall, yes, it's nice to have a few people around to have a look at it and appreciate it, and that's nice. the person who's bought that's bought it for their own aesthetics, their own pleasure. They appreciate it, they like it, and they like to read into that art, and many other reasons as well. And it's similar with fragrance buying, particularly PDMs. I'm on a mission at the moment to collect them all, which is, well, so I mean, think what you will on that. I'm trying to justify an obsession here. But anyway, right, so yeah, we've gone through the notes. Let's have a quick look. There's no pros and cons to this. Oh, I'm not happy with that. No pros and cons. I wanted AI generated pros and cons. It's an outrage. So yes, I'd read a few comments. A very unique in general, and especially with PDM, strong but also subdued with a great balance between citrus, pine and oud. Okay, great oud fragrance for beginners and for some like me who love smooth oud note. Underrated. I personally think a woman could definitely pull this off. It's very different for men. It's like warm, woody and sweet at the same time. I wouldn't wear this as a casual. I think the phrase has more of a purpose than that. But I'm struggling to find somewhere to wear this. It's not wedding material either. Nonetheless, I'd give it 8 out of 10. Okay, so my initial reactions to wearing this is I've worn it on a hot summer's day and it's not out of place there. It's just fresh, it's vibrant in the opening, which is great, fantastic for daytime use. And then in the evening it just matured into that woody oud. Soft subtlety that was ideal for it for an evening sunset. So yeah, this is a freshy stroke, intriguing with depth and mysteriousness there. It evolves through put it on midday. I'd suggest take my suggestion with a pinch of salt. 6 to 8 sprays of a PDM at your own risk. Personally, I'd be tempted to do a couple more, maybe, or a top up around. Say you put it on midday, top up around about sort of 5-ish. Yeah, no, you probably wouldn't need that top up, to be honest. The Vetiver oud combination Shagya gives a vibe of a historic building with antique furniture, old books, marble floors and so on. A long-standing museum, library, courthouse or church, Shagya is not versatile, nor is it sexy. It smells the way I imagine a career bureaucrat would smell. Edit. Having just sampled homage on a man, these two are strikingly similar and they have a lot of the same notes listed. So yeah, if you're a librarian, bureaucrat, orator in a museum, this lady feels that's for you. Not this lady, that lady on Fregentica. Smell my cheese. That's interesting. Opening of this is great. The minty geranium really pushes through at first. Unfortunately, it's not sustained for long, but a woody, very mild oud, mid to dry down is quite nice too, if a little plain. Not bad, but not worth the money, PDM money, in my honest opinion. £102, English pounds. So work that out in whatever currency it is, though. For a PDM here in the UK, a brand new or cellophane wrapped in the box, that is a striking price. It really is. Even for an old fragrance, it still commands a couple of £100 English pounds. And oddly enough, the site that I bought it on, a day later I checked in with the site and it was back up to £159. So a sound purchase for. Though I imagine if people are expecting Leighton or Leighton exclusive or Carlisle or other heavy hitters within PDM, it's not going to be that. This is much more subtle, and it's a different fragrance altogether than any of them. Smell of real oud, 10 out of 10. Modernised and excellent, well balanced oud with woody and slightly spicy notes. Fresh oud fragrance, not very neat, but I got hooked to it because I can easily wear it in any weather. I got 10ml decan and soon planning to get a full bottle. However, longevity and silage could do better. I probably agree with the silage, that it didn't emanate, and as always, never looking for a compliment, and nobody noticed this on me, or if they did, they didn't. I couldn't gauge for any reactions. There was no reactions around me to this. The longevity, the oud lasted till the next day. I find this borderline offensive that I can only wear one spray. Even that is still a bit too loud, until one day an SA taught me that the way Middle Easterners do with oud fragrances is to spray a cloud of mist in the air and walk through it. Then spray some fresher scent as usual. I did that with Chanel Eau de Cologne and it smells fantastic. Try it today. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Still a very, very beautiful oud fragrance. Now I hear what you're saying, and that may be a technique to wear oud. A bit further on, I pair this with Royal Water from Creed. What an amazing combo. Shagya gives depth to Royal Water, and Royal Water lightens Shagya up to prevent it from cloying. Match made in heaven. And the guy further says, best oud ever, and then he ends on this. This ends my search for a nude that suits me, 10 out of 10. So in the 3-month period, the gentleman's evolved his opinion from finding it utterly offensive to best oud ever, and this ends my search for a nude that suits me. And that's interesting because this changed to just oud. Most of the notes went off and I was just left with a wonderful oud fragrance. This guy personally sees every moment of this perfume in my body. One of the best long-lasting perfumes I ever had with 1 million. Does he mean Papyrus? He's talking about Papyrus. Parfums de Marly has created a true masterpiece with this one. Expensive but highly recommended. Just love it. Well, I don't know what else I can say other than, this is really... It's so difficult with Parfums de Marly because they're all they're like a cast in a film. Let's say something like Reservoir Dogs. I don't know if anyone's ever seen that. It's a very popular film from back in the 90s, written by Quentin Tarantino, directed and starring him. And he did an ensemble of stars cast in the film, and every single one of them had their own characteristics, all for a main purpose. They were all there to do a job. This is how I look at Parfums de Marly's, that they're all there to do a job, but they all do the job differently. They've all got different skills, they've all got stuff they can contribute to the table. I guess, without getting too cringy of life. So a character will suit a different occasion and a different function, and this is just another member of the cast to me, one that I would 100% be using. My only regret with this is that I didn't seize the moment and buy 2 bottles. That's at that price, it's like, though it was a blind buy, and blind buying is a risky business. Well, it's not risky. I mean, it's not like your life's going to be on the line, though it can be financially expensive. Continuously doing it, and I would say heed caution. Though for me, I've blind bought several PDMs, and I've just ordered another PDM. I've said this before, I'll say it again, I don't think I'd be let down with any PDMs. The only thing that I think is the occasion, that's all. Okay, so my final thoughts on Shagya by Parfums de Marly. For me, complete winner, absolutely. Ignore the morning urine look of that. That is a wonderful masterpiece in every sense of the word. And I don't wish to be disparaging for any other aspect of fragrance or other people's work with fragrance. Though for me, I would sooner wear something like this than some of the mainstream popular ones. We all know them. Do I need to mention them? Probably not. Though they're popular for a reason. Though in my mind, I'm not interested in smelling like 80% of other people. I want to say smell. I mean in fragrance terms. I don't. It's like. Yeah, I like the difference and I appreciate the difference. And this, if you're looking to be different and have a different fragrance, and you like oud, if you like citrus, lime, citrus openings to a wonderful transition into a subtle yet noticeable oud, which is a pleasure, it's an absolute pleasure to wear, then go for it. Though if you don't like citrus, you don't like oud, forget this. Just keep it off your radar. Though, absolute winner. Will be wearing it regularly. I will be wearing it. We're fortunate we got sun out, and this is a freshy summer day into a warm, cozy evening. Maybe a romantic sunset, meal, even a family time. One's not going to be disappointed. Could probably even pull this off around winter months, holiday occasions, family dinners. It's not going to be offensive. It's not going to be a room emptier, particularly for those warm, cozy winter evenings. This would work well. Yeah, winner. Thank you again, PDM, and for taking the time, effort, and constant. Oh, by the way, I'm not paid by PDM in the slightest. I wish, though. No, I don't wish, actually. As I say, I work hard for my money, and I spend it on my passion. And at the moment, passion, straight obsession. At the moment, it's PDM's fragrances. So, thank you guys, and I wish you all the best. Smell good, yeah. Cheers.